Now that Kevin Petullo is no longer Philadelphia's offensive coordinator, offensive play call, let's talk about who should they get to replace Kevin Petullo. One that I've been hearing, one that I don't really want, is Mike McDaniel. Look, Mike McDaniel had some good play calls, but also had some stupid play calls, Granted, some coaches are better offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators than head coaches, just like Josh McDaniels, just like Vic Fangio. Speaking of Vic Fangio, these two worked together in Miami. They did not like each other. And I would rather have Vic Fangio than Mike McDaniel. And plus, I think Mike McDaniel is going to be a head coach this season. I wouldn't hire him as a head coach, but I think he will be a head coach again. Now, this one's my personal favorite, and that's Brian Daboll. He was a decent coach in the Giants. I don't think he was that bad of a head coach with the Giants. He brought Daniel Jones to the playoffs and beat the Vikings in the wild card round of 2022. The Vikings were a 14-win team. He did have a couple bad seasons with the Giants, but I feel like the Giants should have kept him. Work with Jackson, work with Scottaboo, work with a healthy Malik Nabers next season. The Giants could have been a good team if they kept Daboll next season. And the Giants just sucked the past couple seasons. I don't think all the blame was on Brian Daboll. And like I said, some coaches are better coordinators than head coaches. Brian Daboll was a pretty good offensive coordinator in Buffalo. And not to mention, Jalen and Brian Daboll worked together in Alabama. Same with Devontae Smith. So he knows a couple of these players. Like I said, Brian Daboll is my personal favorite to become our next offensive coordinator. But we know it's not going to be long term because he's going to be a head coach, especially if he does good with our offensive coordinator position. So that's where you bring in Nick Foles as an offensive assistant, learn how to play call, learn the playbook, and keep basically the same playbook that Brian Daboll has. That's what Kevin Petullo should have done, but with Kellen Moore's playbook last season. And then once Daboll becomes a head coach again, Nick Foles will be our offensive coordinator. Perfect.